It's been a while since I filmed anything at all. Although I have made recordings and they're all but that's not the point. I've been wanting to make this video for a pretty long time now, ever since, well, probably September, because then I realised it's something I needed to say. And what I'm holding right now is a bracelet. It says Support in Mind Scotland, and that's the theme of this video, mental health issues. Personally, I've never been to a psychiatrist, or I've never seen anyone for mental health issues. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. A friend of mine said that everyone ought to at one point. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it helps. Maybe it does. I don't know if I can say that I have mental health issues. I don't know if there would be anything you could diagnose me with, and I don't think that matters. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not looking for a diagnosis that says you have this or this or this and you can treat it that way. I don't know. That's not what I'm looking for. I've been trying to help myself for a really long time, and this is a fight that I've been fighting, as I said, for a very long time. There are some things about me that are maybe a bit odd, in the sense that, well, I can't stop thinking and it's a good thing to me. It's most of the time it's a good thing. When I'm ill, I get really frustrated because I can think well. But someone once told me, careful not to overthink. And well, I've been pondering those words for quite a while now, and I overthink it, overthinking. I can't stop my mind, and most of the time I don't mind, but other times it's like you're in a concert hall and there's this huge orchestra playing a lot of music, and some of it's going really fast pacing and you can't really catch all the different instruments and all that sort of thing, but it's going on and you can't tell them to stop. Some part of you doesn't want them to stop. And the music goes all the time. It might be different melodies and different orchestras even at the same time. Yeah, that's basically what my mind is like at some points. I wouldn't go around calling myself highly intelligent or anything. It's just lots of thoughts, and sometimes I can turn it off, and I wouldn't say it drives me crazy, but sometimes I really want to just sleep, or I just don't want to think, but I can't. I never can't. And well, that's why I actually read a lot, because I can hide myself between the words of others, and it's fine, because then I can escape into a world that I know is not real. And that's immensely reassuring, because I have a very difficult time sometimes to distinguish between what's real and what's in my mind, so to speak, because sometimes I can imagine things so vividly that for me it's hard, that I actually have to like touch something physical to know what is real and what is not, and that is really scary. Like, yeah, I get lost in my own mind sometimes, in my own imagination. One thing that well, doesn't really help with that is that I'm very insecure about myself, about the worth I have as a person. Like, am I worthy of living? Am I worthy of spending time with? Am I maybe not a good person, but at least an interesting person? All those things, and I really doubt myself sometimes, really badly. Oh, I'll have to cut that part, right? The silence. But yeah, maybe people don't really expect that from me, that I'm so lacking in self-confidence, but really that's it. And I used to follow around other people in a sense, and at one point I was like, I want someone to tell me what to do, but that doesn't work. Yeah, it was really a moment that I'm gonna just, decide my own, make my own decision, that kind of thing. And ever since and before, I've been trying to work harder and deal with that kind of things, and live in this world and know that this is the world we're living in, and trying to prove to myself in a sense that I am a worthy person, worthy of living. And that is tied up very closely to what I'm doing right now, like the reason I'm actually in this place, the study I'm undertaking, like history at university. And it's been kind of a dream of mine to go to university, and being here is, to me, proving that the world is real, that I'm real, that I have maybe not talents, but that I'm worthy of living, really. It's hard to say. It's probably pretty sad, but that's why it hurts me quite a lot sometimes when people make fun of who I am or what I'm doing, and maybe I'm oversensitive, but sometimes it's hard to get out of bed in the morning. Sometimes it's hard to do simple things like the washing up or go do the laundry or make food, or it's so much easier just sometimes just to take up a book and hide away. And I'm trying every day. Every day it's just kind of like pick up my baggage and just continue walking. And sometimes that's just really hard, and sometimes I falter, and I haven't stopped, but there was a period I wanted to stop. I don't like thinking about it. Maybe it was my dramatic teenage time or something like that. But yeah, I'm determined to keep on going, keep on walking and that kind of thing, and going forwards instead of backwards or sideways. What brought this video on, despite how long I've been wanting to make it, was that yesterday I went to a feedback moment about an exam I failed, and at the end my professor said, "This is a really horrible exam. Are you prepared to go do better next time?" And I couldn't really speak at that moment. It's just really like choked up and teary-eyed, and well, I basically like ran off after saying like, "Yes, thank you, goodbye." And I sat on the toilet for 10-15 minutes and I was crying. I was crying, yeah, I can say that. But the reason that it tore me up so much is that asking for such a feedback moment, despite knowing what went wrong, knowing what I can do to improve, asks a lot of courage from me. And that is, I want to do it right. That is showing my dedication. Going there is trying, and it hurt me really a lot. I said like, "This is horrible, are you prepared to try?" And then I wanted to say, but I couldn't. I was too choked up, but I wanted to say, "This is me trying. This is not easy for me. I might not show it, but this is not easy for me. But it's important, so I want to try." And I suppose that's the message of this video, if you've survived me rambling long enough to get to this part. Sometimes it's really hard to continue trying, especially if other people don't recognise what you're doing. But what makes it even harder is that nobody knows what you're going through, and the only way you can fix that, so to speak, is to actually open up and talk about it, which is, to be honest, one of the scariest things ever. One of my biggest secrets is actually that I used to imagine I had really close friends, like even a twin sister, and because I felt so very alone, because I felt so very unworthy and well, yeah, lonesome, and because I couldn't talk to anyone, because I didn't feel I could, because I was too scared. And it's kind of like things like this bracelet is actually meant to be worn in support of other people, like support in mind. It's really that, yeah, you're not alone, and I'm not alone, and I can think of the top of my head of people that I can talk to, and maybe it's time that I do. I've come a long way. I've got even longer to go, but I want to go there. So yeah, the message in this video would be that it's only harder if you allow yourself to be alone, and sometimes all it takes is just setting that first step, and this is me trying to set that first step. And yeah, thanks for watching.